You know what really pisses me off? Fucking freedom. And George. For those of you that don't know, George is the CEO and self-proclaimed senpai of Freedom MCN, or as I like to call it, Take Your Money and Give You Nothing Incorporated. He's this incredibly cringy weirdo who makes regular videos for the Freedom family to explain mundane shit on YouTube. Any motherfucker involved in the system should already know anything he puts out in his videos. The only people who don't know this shit are children. And children are, as far as I'm aware, not even legally allowed to monetize their content. So anyways, we're going to take a quick look at the George show and answer a few questions that George tried to answer for his viewers, but got wrong. Which, by the way, he always does. Then we'll take a quick look at the Freedom Network as a whole, and if it's a network worth your time and revenue. So, we'll call this first section, Answers You Fucked Up.
Is Social Blade correct about my network status?
Yes it is. Social Blade is correct.
And can I trust it to update when I change networks, Freedom Family?
And yes you can trust it to update when you change networks.
The answer is no.
Wait, what? No, it's not.
And let me show you why. We are getting a lot of comments when people say, hey, I just joined Freedom, but my Social Blade is showing me not claimed by Freedom. Does that mean I'm not partnered with you guys?
Well, I have a sneaky suspicion that you're not getting a lot of comments like that, and if you are, you're just talking to a lot of fucking idiots. Everybody that has any fucking interaction with YouTube knows that the API that Social Blade pulls their shit from is not exactly to the fucking moment up to date with that kind of thing. Hell, even when you join Freedom, Freedom doesn't show you for like 3 days as being partnered. Even though your YouTube page shows you as partnered, Freedom's page, under your account details, may not show your account as linked for like 4 or 5 days.
Because he is in our network, he just recently joined, and Social Blade does not update very often.
What do you mean does not update very often? They update every time their API gets an update call. Stop trying to act like you know this shit, George. You're a fucking moron. You answer wrong shit all the time. You have no fucking clue how to run a small YouTube channel. All you know how to do is scour fucking money off of people's accounts. Shut the fuck up.
What I would suggest to you, Social Blade, is...
Oh, now you're suddenly in a fucking position to suggest shit to other networks? Now you're somehow fucking morally obligated to tell another MCN how to handle their shit? When you literally have... Let's just count a few things here. Your dashboard doesn't function. Your payment schedule is all fucked up and lagged behind and slow as shit. People can't fucking get their money, and there's no goddamn reason for that. The tools that you create, like... whatever in the fuck, Heartbeat or whatever it's called, has never fucking worked. Nothing on your fucking site works. Your fucking uploader for Dailymotion that takes your YouTube content and re-uploads it to the YouTube account, that shit doesn't fucking work. None of your shit works, so don't tell other MCNs to get their shit together when your shit's all fucked up and busted.
And then have a button that says, update, so that you are notified when a channel changes networks and you don't show false information like you currently do, which creates a lot of misunderstandings and confusion in the community.
What? No. First off, if every fucking YouTube channel had, or Social Blade reflection of every YouTube channel, had an update button, the amount of API calls that Social Blade would get every second would be overwhelming. They can't do that. So, don't even imply that that's an option. And don't accuse them of showing false information. They're not showing false information, they're showing dated information. And with time, that information updates. So, fucking get over it. Just because your members of your network are so fucking retarded they don't understand how to use YouTube doesn't mean you get to go bitch at other MCNs. Shut the fuck up and sit down.
Just go to your YouTube Creator Studio and then click Channel, and you'll see the network you are part with right here.
See, that's my point. You could have just told them that. Instead of going on this rant towards Social Blade like they somehow had something to do with this, just tell them how to effectively use their goddamn YouTube account, which, by the way, they should already fucking know how to use since they created the motherfucker.
Madness! You're in a lock-in contract? This is freedom! Don't be in a lock-in contract. Join freedom. Be free.
God, you are one creepy motherfucker.
And who am I? I am Papa George. I am George Sunpie, and many other names that you, the Freedom family, has given me.
God, yep, creepy motherfucker. We're gonna go with creepy motherfucker. Senpai, not so much. Creepy motherfucker? Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Now let's take a moment and talk about this really shitty network that George runs. And I'll give you a few reasons why you should probably avoid it. Freedom claims to have a no lock-in contract, yet the web is littered with claims of people having a lot of trouble getting released from Freedom. Personally, I left and it took 31 days from the process to complete. Now, I know this is a YouTube default. If a partner decides to leave an MCN, the MCN is then given the option to deny the request, and then keep them within the network, or approve the request and immediately eject them from the network, or ignore the request completely, and then after 30 days, YouTube will complete the request automatically and remove that person from the network. It would take literally less than 2 minutes for Freedom to process the request, so, you can get on with your YouTube activities. But since they don't, they keep you in the network for the full duration of the 30 days, so they can scrape every last penny out of you possible. Many of the other no lock-in contract networks will simply tell you to submit a ticket when you're ready to leave and they'll process you out as soon as possible. But not Freedom. Fuck no. They're gonna get every fucking penny they can. I'm also curious as to why they refuse to let some channels out. There are more than enough videos on YouTube of people claiming that they've been trying to leave the MCN for several months and nothing, which would indicate that Freedom is actively denying their request to leave. Tisk tisk, George. I'd also like to point out that when I finally got out of the network, all of my tags, my video settings for every single one of my videos had been deleted. I had to go through and re-tag, remonetize, and reset up every single video. So yeah, thanks for that, fucker. Then there's this whole payout issue. Firstly, Freedom takes 40% of your revenue, which is just plain wrong. 40% for zero return is simply retarded. But also, if you take a look at YouTube, you'll see a concerning number of people stating that they have yet to be paid, and that Freedom is or has scammed them out of their payments. Then, when you check to see what Freedom has to say about this, good old George is shitting out his creepy ass videos, telling people that it's their own fault they aren't getting paid. That the problem's on their end, that PayPal's fucked up or they gave the wrong information, and they'll get paid as soon as they fix the issue, which I find kinda hard to believe. I understand that the Freedom community is kinda, bottom of the barrel, but come on, setting up PayPal is super simple. I give you my PayPal address, you pay me. Any fuckwit can figure this shit out. I think with the alarming regularity of the claims of not getting paid, there is something to that. It's not just a clerical error. Oh, and also, why would there be videos with titles like "Oops, payments," or "I was not paid," or "I was not paid too," from George himself, excusing his MCN for not paying people. Next are the shady tactics that Freedom uses to fuck its people over. Example 1, I'd been sitting thinking for several days. Freedom basically doesn't give me shit. They take 40% of my ad revenue and provide me with absolutely nothing in return. Forums? Yeah, you can access that without being a member. Live chat? Same thing. No membership required. Games to review? Sure. If you want to pick some of the 7 worst fucking trash games ever created in fucking ever, which have been the same games on the list for like 2 years now. Anyone that's going to release a relevant review will have done this shit like a year and a half ago. No one cares about those fucking games to begin with. And they damn sure don't care about them now. Royalty-free music? Well, every fucking MCN offers royalty-free music. You can even get that shit for free. I also want to point out that when I joined, I looked around and checked various videos from people in the network, and then I looked at the counterpoints. And I gave Freedom the benefit of the doubt. When I clicked on the Apply Now button, it took me straight into the linking process. There was no contract, there was no details, there was no checking to see if my channel met any kind of criteria. We just went straight from Apply Now to boom, linking channel, which I thought was kind of fishy. The deciding factor for me to join was being a managed partner, which affords the YouTuber better protection. Freedom had 3 separate videos stating that everyone in the Freedom network was a managed channel. That was a huge decision maker for me, but after joining I quickly found out otherwise. In fact, no one was managed. Another shady incident, which is still kind of affecting me today, is the Dailymotion uploader. So apparently Freedom created a web tool that will take your YouTube videos and re-upload them to Dailymotion. You can set up a timer so that it uploads a video a day or a video a week or whatever in the fuck. Well, all this sounded great, except the tool doesn't work at all. At least it didn't work for me. Not a single video was transferred. In fact, the only thing that the tool did do was attach my Dailymotion account to the Freedom MCN without my permission. So the tool is supposed to transfer my content. No, didn't happen. Nothing's transferred. Yet here I am with a Dailymotion account that I basically can't do shit with. I contacted Dailymotion about this, asking them to unlink my account, and they told me I need to contact Freedom. They can't interfere with my contract with the MCN. So I email Freedom and tell them that I'm not a member of the network, that I was not presented a contract, nor did I agree to any contract, and that I'm unjustly linked to the Freedom MCN on my Dailymotion account. 10 days later, they send me a canned email response asking for my YouTube channel info. I sent them an email back telling them to unlink my shit right fucking now and stop fucking around. I doubt it'll go anywhere, and I doubt it'll get me any fucking traction with them. And I know that Dailymotion is a bit of waste of time, but it's still something that I would like to try out. And at the end of the day, it's the principle of the matter. I guess in closing, I will say that as far as my personal experiences and those of other YouTubers that I've seen and talked to, Freedom is a terrible MCN. They take 40% of your ad revenue and they provide you with fucking nothing. In fact, the one single tool that they provided called TubeBuddy, which is by far the only thing they offered that could legitimately help your channel grow, they've canceled the contract. So now you can't even get TubeBuddy. They're making over $1 million a month off of their members, and they decide that TubeBuddy is too costly. So yeah, fuck Freedom, and fuck George too. Fucking creepy ass weirdo.